Do you intend to apply for a skilled worker visa or a health and care visa? And you are wondering, what type of questions should I expect? This video is for you. In this video, I'm going to be showing you all the questions you'll be asked if you are completing a health and care visa application so that you don't have any anxiety towards it. It's a very, very simple process. I'll show you how you can get on the government website. I'll show you all the questions and the mandatory documents that you might need. Hello everybody, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition abroad to be as smooth as possible. I share information about working, studying, and settling down in the UK, US, Canada. If any of these countries interest you, please subscribe to my channel. Hit on the notification bell so that each time I drop a video, you know it's time to watch Cynthia Academy. I love sharing information here. I am so passionate about it. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your love and support. You guys are amazing. I really love you all so much. And without wasting time, let's get into this video. Now, I told you that I'm going to show you how you can complete your health and care visa application, what to expect, so that if you watch this video till the end, when you're completing yours, you know what documents you should expect, what type of information you need to key into this application. And yeah, let's just get into this video and get it cracking on. Google work in the UK apply, then scroll down until you see the government website. The government website has work in the UK gov.uk, so it's very easy to see. When you click on that link, this page opens here. So the next thing you're going to do is scroll down. You see popular work visas, health and care worker visa, skilled worker visa. Just click on health and care visa and scroll down until you see how to apply. You must apply online. How you apply depends on where you are. Outside the UK and are coming to the UK, inside the UK and extending your current visa, inside the UK and switching from a different visa. So just click on outside the UK and then this next page opens. You just scroll down to apply now. Remember that you can save your form and complete it later. So the first page opens and this is the first question. Where are you planning to live? Is it England, Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland? I selected the first option and continue. Do you have a current EU, EEA, or Swiss passport? I said no and clicked on continue. The next question is, select a country to provide your biometrics. So because I'm Nigerian, I typed in Nigeria in the box there. It will just automatically fill it in for you when you are typing in the right country. And then I clicked on next. By the way, if you want me to capture your dependent visa application process, you can send me a DM on Facebook and we can plan on how we can do that so that other people will benefit from it. So the next page is check available visa application center locations. So I clicked on the button. I have identified the location where I will provide my biometrics. On the next page, just read everything there and click on apply now. On this page, you can see that the application process is in 6 stages: start, application, document, declaration, pay, and further actions. So we're going to just put in the email address and put in the password and repeat your password, save, and continue to the next page. Click on the link in your email address and then log into this government website and you start the application process. And this is the first question, your certificate of sponsorship. Do you have a certificate of sponsorship reference number? If you say yes, then you put it in here, and save and continue. I'm going to read out all the questions in the application stage. That's the major place so that you'll be prepared when you're going to fill in your own application. So let's just go from here. We answered yes to the first question, which is, do you have a certificate of sponsorship? Next, we put in the certificate of sponsorship reference number. And then the next question is, who does this email address belong to? So if it is yours, you say it's yours. But if it is someone else's email address, you would have to state that clearly and what your relationship is to the applicants. Do you have another email address? Provide your telephone number. Where do you use this telephone number, whether it's inside the UK, outside the UK? Select whether this is your home, mobile, or work telephone number. So you select that. Next thing is, are you able to be contacted by telephone? Next thing is given names, family name. What is your sex as shown in your passport or travel document? What is your relationship status? This is an opportunity for you to put in whether you're married or you're single. Then the next question is your address. So you put in your address in this column. How long have you lived at this address? So the number of years, month. What is the ownership status of your home? Are you the person that owns it? Are you renting? This section is passport details. It says passport number or travel document reference number. So when you include it, you include the issuing authority, issue date, expiry date. Then the next section is personal information. Do you have a valid national identity card? National identity card number, issuing authority, issue date if applicable. Next, you put in your expiry date if applicable. Country of nationality, country of birth, place of birth, date of birth. Do you currently hold or have you ever held any other nationality or citizenship? If you answer yes to this, you would have to provide details of that citizenship or nationality. So just get ready for other pop-up box to come out when you answer yes to this. This section is English language. We may have to talk to you about your application. Which language would you prefer to use? After selecting the language, the next question is, if you are applying as a doctor, dentist, nurse, midwife, or vet, have you passed an English language assessment accepted by the relevant regulated professional body as a requirement for registration? Have you provided evidence of your English language ability in a previous application? Do you have an English language or literature exam This result? Must be from a school you attended when you were under 18. You will need to provide your exam certificate. You can use a GCSE, A-level, National 4 or 5, higher or advanced higher qualification. Next question. Do you have a degree equivalent to a UK bachelor's degree which was taught in English? If you have a research degree, your research must have been taught in English. Have you passed an approved English language test in the last 2 years? Awarding body, maybe if you have IELTS, you put it in there, and your reference number. Do you have an academic PhD? Then the next question under spouse, partner details, given names, family name, date of birth of your spouse, and country of nationality. Do they currently live with you? Will they be traveling with you to the UK? Provide their passport number. This next section is parent details. What is the person's relationship to you? Given names, family name, date of birth, country of nationality. Have they always had the same nationality? You have to provide the same details for your mother and your father, and then you move on to the next section, which is family in the UK. Do you have any family in the UK? Next section, do you know where you will be staying in the UK? Do you know where you'll be staying in the UK? So you just answer and provide the address. Accommodation details, where do you plan to stay in the UK? Travel history, have you been to the UK in the past 10 years? Have you been issued with a UK visa in the past 10 years? Travel history order, how many times have you visited the following places in the past 10 years? Here is the list of the 5 I's. Go and read about it. 5 I's. Australia, Canada, New Zealand, USA, Switzerland. Finally, European Economic Area. Do not include travel to the UK. Have you been to any other countries in the past 10 years? So you have to provide details of those countries if you say yes. Travel information, date you plan to arrive in the UK. So you provide the exact date that you intend to arrive. Travel history UK again. For either the UK or any other country, have you ever been refused the visa, refused entry at the border? Just read through it and tick yes if you have been removed or deported or whatever that is there. The second part asks, have you ever entered the UK illegally? So you just read through this list and answer it truthfully. Convictions and order penalty. At any time, have you ever had any of the following in the UK or any other country? A criminal conviction, a penalty for a driving offense, for example, disqualification for speeding or no motor insurance, etc. Just check it out and answer truthfully. Other history. In either peace or wartime, have you ever been involved in or suspected of involvement in war crimes, crimes against humanity, or genocide? So there are a list of other things that they would ask you. Go through all of them and answer them truthfully. We are at the employment section. So you provide previous employment organization, provide further information. This next section is sponsor. What is your sponsor license number as shown on your certificate of sponsorship? So after keying it in, the next question is, has your sponsor agreed to certify your maintenance on your certificate of sponsorship? Next question is, what is the title of the job you are coming to the UK to do? How much will you be paid in GBP per year to do this job? Remember that for care workers, the minimum salary threshold is 20,600. It hasn't increased yet. Have you reviewed the guidance on professions that require an overseas criminal record check? You say yes. Is your employment in a profession that requires an overseas criminal record check? That's yes for most professions under the health and care visa route. Next, provide the country you have been present in the last 12 months or more. Can you provide a criminal record certificate for that country? Has your sponsor or employer confirmed you're eligible for the health and care visa? Are you applying as a midwife or nurse? Is your job with the name of your employer's organization on the shortage occupations list? What is the length of your certificate of sponsorship? You know it's less than 3 years or more than 3 years. The next section is ATAS details. Do you need to obtain a permission from the ATAS? And then the final section for this application is extra information. If you needed to add more information about your application, but we're not able to, you can write it here. If there is no further information you want to add, click the Save and Continue button. Add further details. So it's an opportunity for you to write something to support the existing application or details you've provided here. Remember that when you complete this application stage, the next one is documents, and there are mandatory documents you have to provide: your passport, tuberculosis test results, as well as the overseas criminal record check. In the fourth stage, you have to tick to sign off the declaration to say that everything you've provided in the application is true. Next, you pay, and then you book a day for your biometric appointment. And that's it. You've completed this stage. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.